I'm here by the obelisk again, and as you can see, I want to share with you a curious fact. I don't know if you realize that there are two colors. There's one clear color up to here, and then there's another darker color from there above. And maybe you didn't know that this corresponds to a stop. They had to stop the building, the construction of the obelisk in the 1850s, because they ran out of money, and it took about 20-something years to find the fundings again to finish the work of this obelisk, and that's why you see that difference of color between these two sides. Okay, there's the line. You see the line. This is the division. There's where they stopped. And that reminded me, Luke 14, when Jesus says that the kingdom of God is like that man that has to sit down to calculate before starting to build a tower, because what he wants is to finish it. And he says, imagine that you start working and then you have to stop. And once that you have stopped, then you have no money, and the people around you will mock you, will say, why are you doing that? And they will just mock you. And at the end of those verses in Luke 14, you will see that Jesus said that we have to be ready to yield, to give up all that we have. Many people has been abusing about those Bible verses, saying that you have to give up your money, your possessions, and obviously taking those things from you. And this is a very selfish thing. This is an abuse of the text. But actually what Jesus meant is something very different. And let me explain you in a different way with an example, as Jesus did. He put a lot of examples. You know, when you knew that person that you married, the person that you are absolutely in love, you planned a wedding, you will plan a wedding if you are now in that relationship. But anyway, when you find that person and you are so in love that you're willing to give up anything, even your own life, on behalf of that person, because you love that person. And this is the meaning of that verse in Luke 14. In other words, Jesus is saying, God has given up everything for you. God gave up his son, and Jesus gave up his kingdom, his kingship as well, in order to be sacrificed to save us, you know. And then he says, I am in love with you. I've done everything. I would love you to see corresponding my love. But think about that, because I don't think that you will try to engage in a relationship and then in a certain moment say, I'm not ready to do certain sacrifices for love, because the root of everything is love. So Jesus is saying that, think about that. Are you really willing to engage with me in that relationship of love? Because as couples do, I would give up my life for Susanna. I will give up my life for my kids. Seriously, I mean, I'm a husband and a father, and I don't even think where is the limit. And that is the point when Jesus was speaking the words that we see and we read in Luke chapter 14. It's not just the material things that, as I said, people are abusing of those verses. It's a matter of love and relationship. So you see, the difference of colors here brought me to that thought. Are you really willing to follow? Are you so crazy in love for Jesus that you are ready to give up anything in your life? That's the real point.